We kicked off with the NXT North American Championship match, Damian Priest versus Johnny Gargano. Now, this was the third consecutive takeover that Gargano has gotten a shot at the North American title. Safe to say it's probably his last, because he's lost all three matches. In fact, Gargano has not won a takeover match since TakeOver New York, dude, when we were there a year and a half ago. And he's partaken in a ton of takeovers since then. 25, Toronto 2. Wasn't at War Games, but he was at Portland, In Your House, TakeOver 30, now 31. Lost all of them. And I feel like it's getting to a point where beating Gargano doesn't really mean as much as it should. And this was a great match. It's a big win for Priest. I know Priest is really, very much growing on you, as he should. I think he's great, and I'm happy he retained here. But what's going on with Gargano? I mean, first of all, what were your thoughts in the match? But the fact that he lost here, was this a must-win situation for Gargano? What's going on with him right now?
No, I thought this was a good match. Like I said before, Damian Priest has really grown on me with the babyface badass character. I thought this was a good match. Great to see that Priest went over here. With Gargano, I think it's just the product of him just being there for so long. Like, he's done everything. At this point, it's just, the guy's been in developmental for almost 5 years at this point. There's just not really too much for him left to do. He's won all the championships. He hasn't had huge reigns, but he's already won all the belts and stuff, so it'll be interesting to see what they do here. He's one of those people that's like, I'm never going to go to the main roster, but are you going to stay on development the rest of your career? I hope not. So I think that's kind of why he hasn't really won much. He's just kind of putting other guys over. But I agree with you that since he has lost a lot lately, the win against him doesn't seem as big of a deal as it should have been, especially back when he was main eventing takeovers and probably one of the most popular wrestlers in the company at that point.
Do you think he is main roster bound coming off this latest loss? And like you said, he has said before, I'm never going to the main roster. That could very well be a lie. Do you think he is main roster bound come Friday or Monday?
If I was him, I don't know why the hell he'd want to stay down. Obviously, the pastures aren't always green on the main roster, but it gets to a point. There's plenty of guys they call up way too early, so that's why you could say, they call them up too early. He's just done everything, so maybe he won't have this great main roster career, but what are you going to do? Sit in development the rest of your career, and just, like I said, and with the way that NXT is, obviously it is a brand, but the whole point is getting people to the main roster and becoming a big star is basically what the plan of the program is. So eventually he's got to move on from that. And he's just, unless he wants to just put over talent the rest of his career, I would say just call him up sooner rather than later. The later they wait, the more that he loses on national TV, the more that people just don't care about him.
Well, we'll merge this with the NXT Thoughts from Wednesday night. It looked like they are teasing an alliance now between Candice, Johnny, and Indy Hartwell after I didn't even really notice this the first time from a couple of weeks ago in the Battle Royal. Indy helped save Candice at multiple times, and she sent them a new TV and the flash drive with the footage of her helping Candice. Do you think that's what's next for Johnny, being a manager for a Candice Indy Hartwell tag team, maybe?
I guess. I don't know why the hell you want to do that, but I guess it's a different direction. But I think he wants to be in there wrestling. I guess I don't even have words for that, GSM. I guess if that's what he wants to do, knock yourself out. But I don't know how it's the direction you really want to be teetering into. But I guess it's a possibility. I don't know. I would think, like most people, it's like if you're in a profession, you want to be the best or on that big platform. I would assume that eventually he'd want to go up to the main roster and show his skills. But if he's content with staying down in NXT, I guess he'll be managing Indy Hartwell and Candice. The tag team division's a joke anyway, so that's not like he really needs to do that. But who knows?
Yeah, no, I like the tag team idea. I just think it might be a waste of Johnny. This is a former NXT champion, North American champion, tag team champion. The guy's done it all. So to relegate him to a managerial role, I feel like might be a waste, unless he was hurt, which I don't think he is. It doesn't sound like he is. He wrestled just fine on Sunday. So we'll see where that goes. I like the Candice Indy Hartwell idea. Candice has already challenged for the championship multiple times and has lost. So the fact that she might be shifting her focus towards the tag titles, I'm totally fine with. But as far as Johnny goes, that's more of a question mark.